There is one thing everybody gets wrong about procrastination, and it's that they all think of it as a disease that must be cured. They consider procrastination a harmful habit that must be somehow adjusted. And as such, they will go on telling you 100 tips and 25 techniques you can use to force your lazy butt to sit down and just do the work. They are all wrong. Why? Because nobody takes into account the fact that if you find yourself often struggling with getting specific things done, that might actually mean something. It might be a sign. It might be your brain sending you a message. That might be a good reason why your brain is telling you, hey, I'd rather die than be doing this. So, are you actually lazy? Or is it something else? Usually, more than with laziness, the procrastination habit has to do with how actually important we consider that specific thing we have to do. In fact, most of the times, procrastination happens for one of two reasons. Deep within, we are not convinced that the outcome of your work will actually be significant for you. You simply think it's not that important after all. Many times we don't procrastinate because we're lazy. We do because we don't consider those things relevant to us. We don't find them meaningful. We don't enjoy doing those things because we don't think the outcome of those activities would move us closer to one of our goals. Ask yourself, should I really be doing this thing I'm constantly procrastinating? Does it move me somewhere closer to any of my goals? If the answer is no, it means the task is not important. Just forget about it then and move to the next item in your to-do list. I'll quote James Clear here. Do not confuse things that are hard with things that are valuable. Make sure that mountain is worth climbing. Hard does not necessarily mean valuable. Let's not forget about that. Be decisive when it comes to getting rid of busy work that gets you nowhere. Okay, let's recap. Option number one is that you were not that lazy after all. It was just your intuition telling you it was not that important. But there is also another option, option number two. What you have to do is actually important, but still you don't manage to get it done. In that case, it might be that ultimately you really are just a lazy ass. Or aren't you? If you get to the root of your procrastination, maybe you'll find that it's just a lack of motivation. Probably you never really thought it through. You just assumed that was something important and got to it. So now you don't have that clear, the concrete reason why that something should be done. This happens to me all the time. All of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, what am I supposed to do? Why am I even doing this in the first place? By going deep down to the root of the reasons why you're in such states, two things might happen. A, you might realize it was not that important after all, so you're back to option number one. That means just don't do it. Or B, you might end up discovering or rediscovering the real motivation, the actual why it is important. And that's where you'll find the motivation you need to finally get it done. So sometimes it's not necessarily that you're lazy, it's just that you don't have a clear understanding of what's really important or relevant for you. Yes, I know, it's not easy to keep focus on what matters. That is why I made a video that is all about using our time more intentionally. You should go and check it out, link somewhere on the screen. See you there. Thanks for watching. Bye.